2 years ago. My decluttering journey was at a snail's pace. That's because I had very little energy, 4 kids, including 2 small twins, and a dog. I was going to get the dog bit in. Not only was I limited for time and energy, but I was really overwhelmed with my stuff. Fast forward to today, and I've decluttered almost 80% of my home, learned how to master the process along the way, and I can't wait to share that with you today. Let me tell you a little bit about my decluttering journey and my background in decluttering. So I've got 4 children, like I said. I've got twin girls who are now 7, almost 8. I've got a dog who's almost 3, and I've also got teenage boys, they're 19 and 15. But I moved into this house 8 years ago, and when I didn't declutter my old house to move into this house because I was pregnant at the time, packing everything and unpacking everything. There was just too much to do, and I just couldn't declutter along the way. So I brought everything from my old house, my old life from when my boys were little, along to this house. We shoved a lot of it up in the attic, a lot of it in the garage, lots of it went into storage in boxes, in wardrobes and cupboards and things like that. And then my twins were born, and this is where my life got insane, and I just had no energy whatsoever. So I didn't find time to declutter. Things were mounting up in the house because we were buying baby toys, more things for the house. I was becoming a right shopaholic because I was stuck at home, I was bored. I was watching loads of YouTube videos that were recommending Amazon products, so I was impulse purchasing galore, and my house just got a little bit overwhelming with the amount of stuff that was in it. So 2 years ago, I decided to start decluttering, and the little shift that went off in my brain was because my life had changed quite a lot. I had a breakdown in my marriage. I was worried about having to sell up this house and then having to move with loads of stuff. And also my little girls got to that point where they stopped playing with toys as much. My boys weren't playing with their toys anyway because they were grown-up teenagers, and I could start decluttering toys. I started watching videos on YouTube about minimalism, and I decided to give this a go, and honestly, minimalism has changed my life like you wouldn't believe. Decluttering goes hand in hand with minimalism because it is all about living more of a minimal lifestyle with less things. So I went on a massive rampage, I feel like, of decluttering my house. Now, like I said, it started 2 years ago, so it has been a slow process, but I've really forced myself to declutter things. Not always felt like it, I've not always had the energy, but once I get started in something, then I find that I can actually do it for quite a long time because I've got the motivation once I've got started. So some of the biggest tasks has been decluttering my attic. I had help with that, and also decluttering the garage. I did that by myself, and I literally laid out everything from my garage in my garden and spend a whole day decluttering all of the stuff in my garage. And now I can actually move in that garage, and it is really organized as well. This is the thing that has really helped me with getting rid of my things, and I think this will really help you as well. I've discovered that decluttering comes in groups, and the things that we have fit into these group types, and I'm going to go through the group types in a minute. So it really helped me to decide what to get rid of depending what group they fell into, and it really did help me question myself. It helped give me answers to why I wanted to hold on to things and why I wanted to get rid of things as well. It helps me to be so ruthless, and I can honestly say with all the things that I've got rid of, I'm not missing them. I feel so much happier now that I have more of a minimal home. So let me explain a little bit about the groups now. Group 1 is what I call the out of sight, out of mind group. These are the items in your home that have been put away and forgotten about. Things that are in the backs of your kitchen cupboards, things that you don't use, stuff in your attic that you've put away in the attic for just in case, or you've thought, I'll put that in the attic and then I'll decide if I need to get rid of it at another time, or I'll put that up in the attic just in case. And now I'm talking about an attic or a basement, so whatever you've got for storage, it could be a shed or a garage or something like that. But things that you've not made a decision about and you've just put them in storage and thought, you know what, I'll keep that for just in case. These are things that no doubt you can't even remember that you have. These are things that you can't bear the thought of just making a start on decluttering them in the first place because there's just so many random things in your home. The items for me that fell into this group were things like Christmas decorations, holiday decorations like Easter, Valentine's Day, all that sort of thing. Post used to mount up in this house terrible, and until I bought a shredder and decided to start shredding my post, it is really easy now for me to open my post straight away, get rid of the envelope straight away, so I put that straight in recycling, and then I'll decide if I'm going to keep the letter or if I'm going to put it in storage, or if I'm going to shred it. So I'll put it into a little box for shredding. These are also just random bits and bobs that you just don't even know what they are half of the time. Most of these things can be binned. Let's move on now to group number 2. And these are memories, or the guilt group. These could be sentimental items like birthday cards, gifts that you've been given that you don't really like, but you thought they're nice and you thought you'll keep them out of guilt. Trust me, I had a whole box of things like that in my garage that I kept hold of for such a long time, and I recently decluttered them. Kids artwork is another big one, and that is a big one for me. I really hold on to my kids artwork. These could be items of clothing that you've worn at special events like a wedding or a christening or something like that, and you've just not wanted to get rid of them through fear of guilt of letting them go. And trust me, I've been there. Like, I've spent so many years feeling guilty about letting things go. But once you shift that mindset of thinking, you don't need to hold on to this stuff to keep your memories alive. Like, that thing is not the memory. The memory is what has happened and the people that you spend time with. That is your memory. So you don't need to keep these things to link to that memory. Honestly, you're not going to forget about your memories if you let go of these things. People that have given you stuff, they're not going to know. Got rid of the gift that you've given them, or got rid of birthday cards. Like, how are they going to know unless you tell them? So just let go of these things. Honestly, if you're feeling guilty about them, don't, because like I said, it is not your memory that is attached to those things. It is the memory that's in your head that matters. Group 3 is the fantasy self, or the my ideal self. These are things like clothes that have gone too small that you're keeping just in case you lose weight. At the end of the day, our clothes are supposed to fit us, not us fit into our clothes. Gym equipment like weights or yoga mats or gym clothes that we don't ever use. I recently decluttered some gym clothes because when they didn't fit me, I didn't feel good in them, and also I just wasn't using them enough. This could also be related to your past self, like work clothes or old hobby clothes. Like, I got rid of most of my smart clothes because I stopped working in a school and they were too small for me anyway. I know I'm not going to have the pressure to fit into those clothes again because I'm now 2 sizes bigger than I used to be. So I got rid of those clothes, and honestly, I'm not missing them at all. If I want to purchase more smart clothes, I'll just go out and buy them in my size now. I also decluttered my high heels because I can't walk in them anymore. I'm 41 now. These are things that you're finding hard to let go because they're linked to a time when you felt the most confident, and you're thinking that you're going to go back to that time and use those things again. But to be honest, if you're holding on to them, you haven't used them for like 6 to 12 months, there is a chance that you're not going to use them. So let go of the past. Look to the present and the future, which is what I do now. Honestly, I feel so much happier for doing that, and I think you will too. And group number 4 is the I can't let go, or the heart group. These are items that are really sentimental. These might be linked to a very special person in your life that's maybe passed away, or like my nan that gives me certain birthday cards and she's wrote lovely messages in, and I feel like I can't let go of those things for fear of one day, if she is going to pass away, that I'm not going to be able to like see those things again or read that message again. So there are certain things in the attic that I've still got that I just can't let go of, like baby teddies, and I don't know why I'm keeping them because I never ever see them. They're up in the attic in a box. I don't even show them to my kids, but I'm holding on to them because I'm finding it really hard to let go of them because they really do mean a lot to me, like they're in my heart. But there are certain things that you might think, I just can't get rid of them, or I can't let go. There might be a reason why you're holding on to these, and I will go through some questions that you can ask yourself to help you to decide what to keep and what not to keep as well. So when you're going through your stuff, you can ask yourself certain questions. And this is what I do when I'm decluttering, and it really does help. So the first question you can ask yourself is, when you want to keep something, do you actually need it? Also, will it serve you a purpose? Will it help to make your life easier or happier? And if the answer is no, that's going to be a really easy way for you to decide that you can get rid of that thing. You can also ask yourself, what means the most to you and why? So have you got some really sentimental items that really mean a lot to you? Why do they mean a lot to you, and why do you think you need to keep them? And also, what do you need to let go of? How is that going to benefit you? If you get rid of this thing, are you going to have more space? Are you going to have less things to look after? Can you sell that item and make some money and put that money into savings? And this really helps me because I sell a lot of things on Vinted and I've made quite a lot of money back from doing this. So it is a really good incentive sometimes. Let's move on to how you can start decluttering now. Let's start with group number 1, which is the out of sight, out of mind items. Decluttering is a slow journey. So if you can start off with this group, this will make your life so much easier because this group of things is the easiest to get rid of. So you can do this in small chunks of time when you're watching TV or listening to music, or when you've got a bit of an energy boost, or when you've got a spare 10 minutes or so. You can just go through a box or a cupboard or a drawer and just get rid of some of the things that just don't need to be there. These could be things like shredding your documents. Every time I think about shredding, I always think of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles because I used to be obsessed with that when I was a kid. I find that if I put my headphones in and listen to some music, it really motivates me to get moving. You might want to go through your man drawer and get rid of just random junk in that drawer. You might have drawers in your kitchen that have just got so much junk in them that you can't even get into them. So get into those drawers, get into a cupboard or a box at a time, like I said, and just start binning things. Honestly, this is the easiest group and you can do this. You can do this in small chunks of time so easily. And this doesn't have to be boring, just make it fun. Honestly, I make decluttering fun. It does make the world of difference. With group 2, which is the memories, you can do things like taking pictures of kids' artwork and then turning them into a scrapbook, or just downloading them to a memory bank, and then you've always got the pictures there. Do you know what? That's such a good idea. I'm going to do that because my girls are nearly 8 now, and since they were about 2 years old, I've started taking pictures on my phone of all their artwork, and I've got rid of a lot of their artwork. So all those pictures have been stored on my phone. I did spend ages making a scrapbook through Photobox, but the reason why I didn't order that is because it came to about £50, and I was like, I was skint at the time. I still am, so that's why I still haven't ordered it. And if you recycle the artwork when your kids are not looking, they're never going to know. My kids never do. Also, if you are going to store memories, store them in a box or a cupboard or a drawer, somewhere where you're going to have easy access to. Underneath my bed, I've got this clear box with a lid, and I go through this once a year and just decide if I still want those items. And sometimes it is really easy actually to decide because they might be just like a blob, which my kids have painted and I don't even know what that blob is. Or they might be birthday cards from people that I haven't seen for a while, or certificates and things like that, and go through it maybe 6 months to 12 months at a time, and then you can just decide if you want to keep those things or not. Group 3 is the my past self or my ideal self. The tips I would give to you for helping you to get rid of your stuff in this group are asking yourself some questions. Why do I want to keep this thing? If I am going to keep this thing, I want to use it within a certain time frame, like 3 months. Does this item make me feel good about myself? Do I have confidence when I wear this thing? Does it still look good on me? Would I buy this item again? Would I miss this if it was gone? And can I buy this item again for £20 or less? These are questions that I ask myself, and honestly, the amount of things that I've got rid of is ridiculous, and I've not missed a single one of them. I've not thought, oh, I really would like that grey dress that was a size 8 that I got rid of like a year ago. I'm really missing that. If I want to buy another grey dress, I'll just go and buy it. And I recently did actually buy another grey dress, but it was completely different, and it fits me and I feel good in it, and I bought it for less than £20. So this is a really good way of deciding whether to keep those things in this group. If you're in a stage of your life where your weight is going to fluctuate up and down, then just keep your absolute favorite things. You can put these away in a box or a basket or a drawer, so they're out of the way and they're not actually kept in your wardrobe, and you're only keeping things in your wardrobe or your drawers or your cupboards, the things that you're going to use at this time. So you're not thinking of your past self, you're not thinking of your future self, you're thinking of yourself now. And honestly, this has helped me so much with deciding if I want to declutter something. I've got a few things under my bed, like smart items that I think I really like that dress. I'm going to keep it because I might wear it to an event one day, and I've got a smart coat. But honestly, I've got rid of so much things. I've only got one small box. I find that by limiting yourself to small storage as well will really help you be ruthless in getting rid of things, because you know you've only got a limited amount of space to fit the things that you actually want to keep into that box or that cupboard or that drawer. And with the things in group 4, which is the I can't let go, these are going to be things that are really hard to let go of. And with decluttering these things, this might have to come with time. It all depends on what stage in your life you are with how ready you feel to let go of these things. Sometimes it is having a bit of a mind shift or changing your mindset on how you feel about material objects. Some things you can ask yourself to help you make this decision could be like, when I see this thing, I feel, how does that thing make you feel when you see it? Does it make you feel sad? Does it make you feel very happy? If it does, then to be honest, I would keep it, because I've got certain things that I want to keep because it makes me feel happy, and I like to get them out now and again and show my kids, because I think, oh, look at this. This is when you did this, or this is when you were this little. There are certain things that might make you feel happy. If they make you feel sad, like, do you want to keep that thing? Do you want to keep feeling sad every time you see that thing? And this might be a really good indicator of you need to let go of that thing because it is just bringing you misery. Another question you can ask yourself is, I want to keep this thing because. So it might be because I remember a time when I was 5 years old and my granddad gave this to me and it just made me feel so special. So I got a little marble egg that my granddad gave to me when I was 7, and it's just a lovely story and a lovely memory that's linked to it, and I just don't want to let go of that because it is really special and it's just small. So I don't see it as a burden or it taking up too much room. It's only a small thing. But then there are so many items that I've got rid of because I just think I haven't even got a reason for why I'm keeping this thing. You can also ask yourself, do I have room for this? Is there a place in my home where I can organize this properly and put it away? And if not, and it's been a bit of a burden, maybe then that's a really good indicator as well that you can let go of this thing, because it's just not bringing you any joy. It's actually getting in the way and it's affecting your life in some way. So if there are certain things that you really can't let go of, make sure that you've got really good organization for these things. This could be like putting them in a display cabinet for you to see every day, or putting them in a really safe box and then putting them away somewhere where these things are not going to bother you on a daily basis. You're feeling stressed or overwhelmed with the amount of stuff that you've got, and you're looking for a way to declutter, to own less things and live more of a simple life. In this video, I'm going to go over minimalism for beginners, why it's changed my life, and also I'm going to give you lots of tips on how you can start minimalism, and we'll go through the reasons why that will benefit your well-being, your mental health and your stress levels, and how it can help to really make your life so much easier. Through decluttering and organizing my home, it's honestly made my life so much easier. I've got less things to look after, less things to clean and tidy away and put away. I've also got so much more space to actually live in. It's freed up my mental capacity because I've not got loads of clutter to look at, and it's nice for my kids because they've got more room to play now as well. So if you're someone who wants to start minimalism because you're feeling a bit too overwhelmed by the amount of things that you've got, I definitely recommend it. And don't worry, you don't have to do this all in one day or even all in the same month. Minimalists use a lot of decluttering and organization skills to make their lives a lot easier easier, and also to have less decisions to make as well on a day-to-day basis. To better understand the lifestyle of a minimalist, here are some examples of what a minimalist might look like. So you might live in a small home and you need to cut down on the amount of things that you have because you've got less storage and less space. And by having less things in your home, you're going to have more room and less clutter to look at. You're also going to have less things to put away and find homes for as well. You might be really careful with your budgeting, save money, invest money so that you've got more financial freedom in the future. This is something that I live by now, and that is prioritizing experiences and fun over material objects. So it means sacrificing buying a new bag or a new makeup item and saving that money towards going out and having fun or taking my kids somewhere instead. You might want to reduce the amount of time that you spend on social media or on your phone or watching TV and spend that time doing more free activities instead, like going for a walk or going for a picnic, or maybe starting a new sport or going to the gym, or maybe it could be going out with your friends or just having time to yourself and having a bath. And this is something that I'm doing at the moment. I'm watching much less TV than I used to. You might be someone who likes to use reusable products. For instance, you might be a bit more eco-friendly, you might like to recycle and look after the planet more, but you also might be someone like myself who likes to buy like non-toxic ingredients, like for instance skincare, makeup. You might prefer to buy second-hand clothes to help the planet out and also to save money. This is something that I do a lot of as well. I'm obsessed with vintage. You also might want to be, or are already, a really organized person to avoid things like decision making and burnout, and also to free up your time more as well. So having good organization skills is also something that is tied in with minimalism. This is something that I've worked really hard on. I've got a really organized home. I also stick to quite strict routines with my housework, and on my journey to minimalism, I've really learned about and practiced having more habits in my life, because it trains my mind to just do things automatically, so it frees up my mental capacity for other things. There are quite a few benefits to minimalism. And starting a journey to minimalism requires quite a few things like patience, flexibility, and also the willpower and motivation to get started in the first place. But honestly, once you've got those things in place and once you get the ball rolling and get started, I guarantee you will not want to stop, because you'll see so many benefits with your mental health, your well-being, time and energy. The reason why I got started with minimalism is because I wanted to have less stress. Messy spaces are not just an absolute nightmare to look after, but there's also been studies done in psychology that prove that too much stuff overloads our brains and our mental capacity and then triggers the stress hormone cortisol, which is obviously not good for our bodies or our mental well-being either. So by keeping a clutter-free space in our homes, it really helps to support better mental and physical health. Having too much things as well can really affect your relationships, whether this be with your colleagues at work, your friends or your family. And I know this sounds a bit silly, but hear me out. So think about the mornings when you're getting ready for work, you're on time, you're just about to leave the house, and then you can't find your keys, you can't find your phone, shoes, you're rushing around the house trying to find these things, and it is taking away the time that you need to be leaving the house. So you might leave the house 10 minutes later than you planned to, because you were searching for those items, because you've got too many things and you literally can't find these things at all. And then you show up late to work, you might be a little bit sweaty, you might be really stressed, you might be snappy with people, and that can affect the way that you interact with your colleagues at work. Also think about the times when you've needed to get somewhere, for instance, a birthday party, or maybe you're meeting a friend for food and you need to be there at a certain time. Now, come on, I've been there so many times. I am known as the late person, and I'm really trying hard to work on this, but but having less stuff honestly makes my life so much easier. I've got a little hook on my wall now where I hang my keys, so I always know where my keys are. I also keep my phone in my drawer upstairs, so I always know where it is. Because I've got less stuff as well, I'm not having to move things or pick up stuff to have a look underneath things to find those items that I need. So I can just leave the house when I want because it's all there easily for me to find, and it means that I get to places on time. Well, most of the time. And I think my family will argue against me there. Having lots of items around you as well really makes your brain work harder than it needs to. Because if you've got loads of things around you, your brain is always overstimulated processing those things around you. And your brain is working harder to filter those things out so it can focus on the other things and the other important things that you have to do. There's been research done in science that proves that this can make you really tired. So if you're constantly having to look at things, for instance, if you're trying to watch the telly in the evening or try to read a book, and then you've got loads of things around you, your brain is just constantly looking at those things and just working overtime. So having less things can definitely help to free up your mental load. It definitely has with me, and honestly, it's made such a difference. I've got so much more energy, and sometimes I think, why have I got so much more energy? Because a few years ago, I always felt tired and I did wonder why. And do you know what? Since starting minimalism and getting rid of most of the things in my home, I've got so much more energy now. And I do think that that plays a part in giving me more energy and making me feel less tired as well, because my brain is working less to see those items in my home. You can also feel a lot happier through minimalism. You're not constantly chasing something bigger and better. I used to be a real shopaholic, and I always thought that that new dress or that new makeup item or that new gadget would make my life happier. And honestly, once I got it, it really didn't. So materialistic people do look at their possessions as a way of making them happier, whereas minimalists look at the things that they've got and appreciate what they have already. It can also help your finances, and I'll explain why. With a lot of things that I've decluttered, I've sold them and I've been able to invest that money, which gains interest, so it will help me in the future. I've also been able to do more experiences. So last year I did nothing fun. I didn't go on holiday. I didn't go out. I hardly went out of the house at all. So I decided through decluttering, I was going to sell those things so that I could put it towards more fun things for me and my family to do. And honestly, we've been so many places this year. It's been fab just to have less things, but use that money instead to have more experiences and spend more time with the people that I love. So I had a small holiday in the UK recently with the kids and we had so much fun. So by decluttering and selling the things that you don't use or don't need, it can really help you to save money. So if you've got debt to pay off, or if you're really struggling for paying for food or bills, or you just want to save towards something in the future, it can really help you there with your finances. Now I'm going to go over some tips on how to be a minimalist. This doesn't have to happen straight away, okay? You don't have to do this all in one go. It is a slow process. And with me, it has been baby steps, but I've got to a point now where I'm really happy with the way my home is. I've still got a little bit to declutter, like I said, but I'm not totally overwhelmed thinking I need to get this done and I need to get that done and I need to get rid of those things, which was what was happening a few years ago. Now I've got to a point where I'm really happy and I'm not spending time constantly decluttering. If there's a little drawer or a little cupboard now and again and I just think I'm just going to reduce that a little bit, I can do that, but I'm not totally overwhelmed with not knowing where to start. I've decluttered a huge amount of my home already, so you don't have to start big and you do not have to spend hours to begin with. Honestly, it is not like that with minimalism. It will take time, but honestly, you will reap the benefits. I have. The first thing I want you to do is figure out your priorities. Why do you want to start minimalism? What are the biggest benefits that you're going to get out of starting minimalism? My journey with minimalism could be different to yours. Do you want to have a more organized home? Do you want to reduce the amount of things that are in your home so you have less to look after? Do you want to spend more time with the people that you love, having more bonding experiences and have more fun? Or do you want to have a better financial situation? Now, all these can go hand in hand. So these are all things that are rolled up in a ball in my life. All these have come together for me. It is best to have a think why you particularly want to start minimalism and what is the top priority for you, because it really will give you the motivation to get started in the first place. Don't overdo it all in one go, because you'll start to become exhausted and unmotivated as well. Also, appreciate what you already have. Don't let social media or outside influences like ads encourage you to buy things that you don't need, because we are constantly bombarded with the temptation to buy things, and it is a really easy thing, because let me tell you, me and Amazon have got a love-hate relationship, because I just impulse purchased so many things that I just didn't need and never used as well. This is a massive tip from me, and this is how I keep my home tidy, and that is to declutter on a regular basis. You don't have to do this every day. It might only be on a weekend or maybe a weekday if you've got some time. Just try to pick one day a week at least to declutter something in your home. Well, the way that I do it is just by having a little bit of an energy boost, getting started and getting the ball rolling, and just having a little bit of motivation to get started on one area of my home. You're going to make sure that you're keeping up with the amount of things that are in your home, because obviously we go and buy things, don't we? And then we accumulate more stuff. By getting rid of things constantly in your home, you're going to make sure that you've not got too much stuff, and it's just a really manageable way of keeping the stuff down in your home. The next one is another massive one in my home, and that is to get organized in your home. You can organize your spaces in your home with clever storage boxes, containers, baskets, and having a dedicated space for everything that you own as well. This will stop the clutter from accumulating on the flat surfaces in your home and also the floor as well. And you'll also know where everything is, so you can find it easily. This one's a new one for me, but it's definitely made a massive difference to my life. And that is by having a capsule wardrobe or a more minimal wardrobe. For the last year, I've been decluttering my clothes, and the last couple of months, I decided to have a capsule wardrobe or a more minimalist wardrobe. I haven't got a complete capsule wardrobe, but it's definitely a massive start to having a capsule wardrobe, and it's made a huge difference to the way that I get dressed. It's given me less choice to pick clothes. It's also helped me to realize what clothes suit me, what clothes don't suit me, what clothes fit me, what clothes don't. And I can also mix and match my items together now, so I've got more outfits, and it is amazing. Honestly, it's just given me so much freedom. I know it sounds a bit silly, but just having less choice and also being able to own more quality clothing has just made a big difference to me. And I've made 2 videos on this channel, so I'll link them both down below. I think you'll find them really helpful. Another good way to practice minimalism is to decrease your screen time. This might be in the form of not scrolling social media. Facebook's really bad for that. I cut down on scrolling Instagram, TikTok, and Facebook, because I was just so sick of looking at everyone's bullshit lives, because a lot of things that you see on these social media platforms are not real, they are staged. And it took me a really long time to actually realize that. So that's why I like to keep things really real on this channel. I do speak from the heart, and I also like to put a lot of truth into what I'm saying as well. I like to be really genuine, because that's just my personality. I get really guilty from lying, so I don't like to lie about things on this channel. I like to just tell you my real experiences and what I do in my life as well, just to share that with you. Use your time and your money to invest in experiences over material objects. Being a minimalist doesn't mean that you have to skimp out on life and have less fun. You don't need to have a boring lifestyle to be a minimalist, and this is definitely something that's changed completely. I have much less of a boring lifestyle now that I've adapted a more minimal lifestyle. It really helps to spend your time and your energy with more intention, spending more time doing things that you like doing. Maybe you've got a hobby or you want to start a new hobby, and by spending more time with loved ones, this can really enrich your life in a way that is much more fulfilling than having materials, because materials don't really make us happy. It is spending time with loved ones and doing things for yourself that make you happy. And this can make life so much more meaningful. It definitely has helped me massively in this sense. Using self-reflection and gratitude can really stop you from the impulse purchasing. This is something that I've had to work on, and it really has helped me. Think about what's important to you. Sit on purchases for at least a day, if not more, like a week or 30 days. If you've got that urge to buy something, you can always put it in your basket, but then sit on that purchase, sleep overnight, and then think in the morning, do I actually want or need that item? If it is a want, really sit on that purchase for more time. But if it is a need and you think that it will make your life better, then shop around for the best deals. Also, by being more grateful with the things that you have and also the people that you have in your life, can really stop you from buying the things that you don't need as well. As a mum, it feels like you're juggling a million things: kids, chores, work, and everything in between. But what if I told you embracing minimalism could actually make your life easier, more peaceful, and more enjoyable? Today we're diving into how minimalism isn't just for decluttering, it's for your peace of mind too. In this video, I'm going to share with you how minimalism can transform your life as a mum, help you simplify daily routines, and give you more time for what truly matters. If you're ready to create a calmer, more intentional space for your family, be sure to hit the subscribe button, because I talk lots about minimalism, decluttering, and organising on this channel. And let's dive straight in, shall we? So let's start off by explaining what minimalism is. Minimalism isn't just about decluttering your home, okay? It's about creating a space in your life to focus on the things that are really important to you. For a mum like myself, and I'm sure you feel the same, this means reducing physical clutter, but also emotional and mental clutter as well, because it's surprising how much the things around us can actually clog up our brains, because if we've got too many clutter around us, our brain is working overtime trying to process all the things around you, and honestly it's been scientifically proven to make us feel tired. So this is why I started minimalism in the first place, because I wanted to reduce stress, I wanted to reduce the time that I spend on cleaning and tidying, and also just to unclog my brain, because I had a lot of emotional clutter at the time. Minimalism is great because you can also focus on creating connections with people, so being with friends more, spending more time with family and friends, and just having that one-on-one, really uninterrupted time together. And also for making sure you take care of yourself as well, because minimalism has been great for self-care for myself, because I've actually got more time now for myself to do the things that I love. Let's talk about the benefits of minimalism and the benefits that I've seen. By starting minimalism, I've been able to take back a lot of my time. For instance, I've got fewer things to clean because I've got less stuff in my house. I've also got less distractions because I've got less to look at, less to pick up, less to tidy away. And also, this just makes me feel much less stressed, because I'm not having all these things to do, because I'm not having loads of stuff to look after, if that makes sense. Not only is it giving me more time to myself, like I've spoke about, but it also gives me more time to spend with my family. This has also been great for my finances, because I'm not wanting to buy more stuff, because through decluttering I can see massive benefits. I don't want to put more stuff in my home because I just don't want loads of stuff to look after. So it saves me money, and coming from a serious shopaholic, honestly that's massive, because it's massively reduced the impulse buying. I was terrible for going on Amazon and just impulse buying galore. Also with clothes as well, I've really reduced my wardrobe, so I don't want to keep buying clothes, and it's really saved me so much more money. I also prefer to put that money that I would spend towards experiences or days out with my kids, holidays and things like that. Having fun and having quality time together with loved ones honestly means so much more to me than just buying things that are clogging up my home. Minimalism can also make you feel more organized and in control, even on the busiest of days. Now you're probably wondering how to start minimalism. First, have a look at your daily routine. What are you spending your most time on? Can you make these tasks more simple? And can you delegate them? For instance, can you give those tasks to other family members in your home? I've got a strict morning and evening routine, which I've done little routine videos on this channel, but I stick to the things that I think are the most important, and I'll do them every single day, and I don't spend loads of time on there. Next, tackle one area at a time. Maybe start with your kitchen or your kids' play area. You don't need to overhaul your entire life overnight though. So how does minimalism and family life tie together? This has had huge benefits and actually brought me and my kids closer together because we've got more time to spend together now that I spend less time cleaning and tidying. Minimalism doesn't just benefit you, it can benefit your whole family. You can teach your kids about the value of experiences over things and how a simple, clutter-free environment fosters creativity, calm, and connection. Sometimes people get a little bit confused about minimalism and they might think it is a negative thing. And you might be thinking that living a minimal lifestyle means living with hardly anything, but honestly, minimalism will look differently for everybody. I've had comments on my video on my minimal house tour saying that I'm not a minimalist because I've got quite a few things, but actually I've reduced the things in my home by up to 85%, and I now mainly only have the things that I need and use every day. I've got 4 children and a dog, so obviously they're going to accumulate stuff as well, but I've got rid of loads of their things as well. And although there's quite a few things in this house that we're not actually using, I am still on a journey to minimalism, so I'm not there completely yet, and you'll find lots of decluttering videos on my channel because I'm using that as a motivation for myself to still declutter my home. So yeah, this is part of my journey, so I'm not a complete minimalist yet, and this is what I talk about on this channel a lot is my journey towards minimalism, because I started decluttering 2 years ago, but it has been a slow process, and minimalism is not going to happen overnight. But if you want to live a more minimal lifestyle, it does take time, but honestly you will get there with small steps. And if you've got intentions and goals and you want to live a more simple lifestyle, you will put steps towards that lifestyle, if that makes sense. So this is what I'm doing, and like I said, I'm trying to do this all by myself, and it is a slow process because it's only me doing this, but you can definitely do this. I make lots of videos on decluttering, organizing, and minimalism, so have a little look at my channel after this video ends and you'll find lots of tips and hacks and routines and things like that on there. So like I said, minimalism doesn't mean living with nothing. It just means you're being more intentional with what you keep in your home and your life. It's not about depriving yourself, it's about making room for what truly adds value to your family life. So for instance, you might want to spend more time in nature and you don't want to be at home all the time cleaning and tidying. So you might decide that you're gonna spend more time outside, you're gonna do more things with your family outside as well. And that is part of a more minimal lifestyle as well, because you're choosing not to be constantly busy all the time and just doing jobs and tasks and boring mundane things. You're actually living a more intentional lifestyle. You might also choose to live an extreme minimal lifestyle where you have hardly anything, you know, it is completely up to you. And I don't have an extreme minimalist lifestyle because, like I said, I am a mum to 4 children. It is really difficult to declutter, especially when you've got kids. But I am living a much more intentional lifestyle now, so I'm choosing a more simple lifestyle. I'm choosing not to plan so many things so that I've not got a calendar full of activities to do or places to be. Do you know what I mean? Like, I like to have a more relaxed lifestyle now, and that is how I'm living a more minimal lifestyle, by saving money, by having less things, by purchasing less things, by spending more time with my family and doing board game nights and using what we've got at home rather than going out and spending lots of money or spending money on things that we don't need. Don't get me wrong, I am using the money that I save on buying things towards activities, but they are quite quite spaced out, the activities, and I do want to do activities. I think that's one of the most important things to me, is to spend quality time with my family and friends. But what I choose with minimalism might be completely different to what you choose. So like I said, our stories are going to be completely different. So you have your journey. You let me know in the comments box below actually what your goals are, what you would like to get from minimalism, and honestly I'll try and help you out, or I'd love to just hear how you're intending to live more of a minimal life as well. So there you have it. Minimalism isn't just a trend, and it honestly is trending at the moment. It is a way of life. It's a way of bringing you more happiness, more calm, more freedom, and more time together to your everyday routine as a mum. I hope this. Do you want to own less stuff? I've got some easy rules for you to follow to own less stuff, and we're going to be doing this step by step. First thing I've changed is my mindset. Now I question myself, do I need something or do I want it? If it's a need, then I'll search around for the best deals, and I will actually sit on a purchase for a few days. But then if I want it, I'll sit on a purchase for longer, for about 20 to 30 days. It just gives me enough time to make up my mind. Do I need it, or am I just wanting this thing? Can I live without it? Am I actually going to use it, and is it going to serve its purpose? I also try to think, if I buy this thing, will it end up in the cupboard where it's never to be seen again? Do I actually want to find a home for it? If I can't think of anywhere to put it in my home, or if I haven't got space for this thing, then I won't buy it, because I don't want to think about where I'm going to put that thing. Experiences rather than stuff. This is something that's helping me massively with my purchases at the moment, because I think, do I want to spend 50 to £100 on that item that's just going to sit in my home? Maybe I won't use it, maybe it's going to collect dust. Or would I rather spend that £50 on taking my family somewhere fun, or putting it towards a holiday for my family? This is something that's really helping me to own less stuff, because I just think I'd rather spend that money on experiences and having fun and making memories, rather than just adding more clutter to my home. Appreciating what I've got already. I've adopted this mindset of appreciating and using what I have already. So instead of rushing out to buy yet another jersey dress, I found 4 jersey dresses in my wardrobe when I was decluttering the other day. And I just thought that was ridiculous. Why do I need 4 jersey dresses? They all look the same. So I decluttered and kept just 2 of them. If I'm thinking about buying something, I just think, have I got one of those already? Do I need yet another vase to add to my collection? Nobody ever buys me flowers anyway, so what's the point? I've got 1 vase now, and I have that just in case someone buys me flowers for Mother's Day, which is the only time I get flowers. To be honest, my personal opinion is buying cut flowers is a waste of money, because they don't last long. I also don't replace something until it's run out or broken. For instance, my makeup, so I won't actually buy any new makeup until I've used the makeup that I've got already. I try to use things until their dying day. So for instance, my clothes, they have to have a hole in them, or they need to be seriously faded before I'll go and buy the same thing again. I'm also doing this with my art supplies, because I had a serious obsession with constantly buying art supplies. It was costing me a fortune. So now I'm making it my mission just to use those art supplies that I've got, and then if I run out, then I'll replace them. But to be honest, I've got so many, it's going to take me years to actually use them all up. So just try to appreciate what you've got already. Try to use those things. Why replace something if it's not broken? If it's perfectly usable, use it up, love it, enjoy it, and then if it does break, get a new one. I've started using the 1 in, 1 out rule. So this rule means that you can't buy something new until you've actually taken something away. For instance, one of my friends recently said she won't let her little girl have a new teddy until her girl gets rid of a teddy, which is a really good idea. It stops you from feeling the guilt of buying something new and adding to your home without thinking, I'm just adding more stuff, because you're just swapping those things out. I've started doing this with books, trainers, and toys. For some reason, I just got no room for my trainers. So if I buy a new pair of trainers, my rule is I need to get rid of a pair of trainers or a pair of shoes. I also do this with my little girl's toys. So if I buy them a new toy, like a new Barbie, then it forces me to declutter the Barbies and get rid of one of them, so I can find room for the new Barbie, if that makes sense. Take good care of the things that you have so they'll last longer, so you don't have to go out and buy new things. I'm very careful with my stuff. I won't replace anything unless it's broken. For instance, I don't replace my phone very often. So instead of upgrading to the newest phone after 2 years, I'll just keep the same phone for years until it breaks. I use a SIM-only contract and it just saves me hundreds of pounds. I just think it's a bit silly to replace something that is fully workable and that is in really good condition. I've also got a pair of GHDs that I've had for 16 years because I've taken really good care of them. I only straighten my hair once a week, sometimes once a month, because I don't like the heat damage. So I've really looked after them. This also goes for things like toys. We've had this Diddy car for 17 years because we've only used it inside. Also, clean your shoes, look after your appliances, wash clothes different to stop them from fading. I don't hang black clothes on the line in the sun because I know that it fades them. So most of our black clothes are actually black instead of a dark grey because I really look after our things. I also don't tumble dry certain clothes because I know it can shrink them. So just by looking after the things that you've got, you can save a ton of room in your house by not having to replace those things. By the way, if you're thinking, why does that woman's voice sound so weird? I don't normally sound like this. I've had laryngitis, so actually doing these videos is making me cough terrible, as you can tell. Oh my goodness. Declutter regularly. Instead of thinking that you're going to declutter once a year, it's a better idea to get into the habit of constantly decluttering. That is my life, and that's been my life for the last couple of years now, and it's made a massive difference to my home. If I'm sitting there and I'm thinking something's bothering me, there's just too much stuff in this room, I'll actually go around and I'll just pinpoint what's bothering me. There's too much stuff, I need to get rid of things. So I'll just get up and I'll spend 5 minutes just binning some stuff or donating some stuff to charity. It means that you're not spending the whole day decluttering your whole house. You're just working on small areas of your home and getting rid of things. Maybe you've got multiple items, maybe you've got too much stuff in your kitchen, and make it a task to do every month. You're going to find your house is constantly being decluttered and it's going to keep your stuff to a minimum. If you're thinking that you haven't got much time, you can spend 5 minutes on going through a drawer, 5 minutes going through a cupboard, 5 minutes going through your wardrobe and just seeing any items that you want to get rid of. Honestly, it takes no time at all. If you put this into your life and make it a habit, you'll start doing it automatically. It's surprising how fast things can mount up. So even if you do a declutter maybe twice a year, those things are gonna just keep mounting up. People are always adding to their homes. So if you declutter on a regular basis, you're gonna minimize your stuff to the way that you like it. Just spending 5 to 20 minutes on going through an area of your home, getting rid of some toys that your kids don't play with, decluttering some books or tools in your garage. It can be highly manageable. It's honestly taken me 2 years to get to where I am now because I've been slowly decluttering. I haven't done it all in one go, but we've decluttered at least 70% of our house. So it's been a slow process, but it's well worth it. And honestly, you don't have to wear yourself out to get to that point either. Avoid the backup plan clutter. What I mean by this is, if you have a look at your kitchen, have you got like 20 different plates just in case someone comes over to your house? Have you got a ton of items in your home just in case you do some hosting? And if you're anything like me, you've got a cheese board and you don't even use it because you don't host. So get rid of those things that you don't need. Get rid of those multiple items that you're just keeping just in case. You don't need 50 cups in your cupboard. If somebody comes over, I'm sure you can find a cup. Honestly, if you've got enough for your family and then maybe 1 or 2 spares, you'll be completely fine. So get rid of all the extra things that you don't need. This also goes for clothes. So if you're holding on to items that are too small for you because you're hoping that you're going to fit into those items again, then honestly get rid of them because it's just putting pressure on yourself. Every time you look at those things, you're just reminded that you can't fit into those things and it's going to be putting more pressure on you. So get rid of those things. Honestly, it kills me to get rid of my size 8 stuff and I just think, what is the point in keeping it? I'm not going to fit into those things for a while now. I'm facing facts that I'm 41 now, I'm a size 12 and I'm not fussed about it. All I've done is just replace my size 8 stuff with some really lovely quality size 12 things, and now I've not got the extra clutter of keeping those small clothes and they're taking up room in my home. I've just got the items that I wear every day. If I lose weight, I can easily go and buy some more clothes in a different size. So if you're the same as me and you're keeping hold of those bras that don't fit you, those clothes that don't fit you, you've got extra items in your home that you're just keeping just in case, get rid of it. Honestly, you will thank yourself for it because you're going to have so much space in your home. You're going to feel less cluttered in your mind and you're going to have less stuff to take care of as well. I want you to have a really good think about your favourite memory as a kid.
have a really good think. What's one thing that stands out to you as a really good fun memory and something that you might talk about to your friends and family? Remember when we did this? Remember when this happened? Have a really good think about that now. Pause the video, and once you've thought about it, I'll carry on with the video.
A few moments later.
Chances are your favourite memory is when you spend time with somebody. It's not about that gift that you got for Christmas. It is not about that thing that you were bought. It is not about the toy that you owned as a child. Most of the time, our favourite memories are things that we did with people or experiences. So if you keep this in your mind, it might stop you from buying things, especially if you've got children, because I know this is a lot of mum's downfall. It's definitely been mine, and I've got so much better at it actually. Since I recently learned about this in a course, some of my favourite memories are like playing aeroplanes with my sisters, making a boogie board with my dad, and I've got amazing memories of playing out in the street and loads of kids just wanted to play on this boogie board that we made. It was amazing, and it's one memory that sticks out to me. Now my boys are a bit older, I'm able to ask them this, and some of their favourite memories are just silly things like when they used to fill their pyjamas with teddy bears and then bump into each other. They just think that's great. So it just goes to show that things do not make us happy. It is actually the experiences and the time that we spend with others that makes us happy and grateful. Minimise your wardrobe. Most people only wear 20% of their wardrobe. Do you find yourself gravitating towards your favourite items and always just wearing the same thing, and then the rest of your wardrobe is catering to your fantasy self? What I mean by fantasy self is you might have items in your wardrobe for things like going out or smart clothes if you go back to work. I recently decluttered my wardrobe and I've minimized my wardrobe so much, and do you know what, it's so much easier to find something now. Just have a look at what you're wearing most of the time. Do you usually reach for t-shirt and jeans, living joggers or sweatpants? Are you keeping clothes for your fantasy self or your actual self? Just keep in your wardrobe things that you're going to wear on a day-to-day basis, and just have clothes for the life that you're living at the moment. For instance, I work at home, so I like to live in comfortable clothing. I wear things like long sleeve tops, jumpers, hoodies, and then for my bottoms I'll wear either joggers or leggings in the house, and then I will wear jeans when I go out the house. But most of the time I'm in comfortable clothes. I got rid of all my work clothes because I used to work in a school and I had lots of smart clothes, but I got rid of them, and I was holding on to them for years. I actually held onto them for 6 years, and then in the end I thought, you know what, enough is enough. I'm not wearing these items, they're too small anyway. I'm just going to donate them, I'm going to sell them, and they're going to go to a better home, and they're actually going to get worn if you do that. It just makes it easier to pick the items that you're going to wear on a day-to-day basis because you've got less in your wardrobe. I've got a few nice quality basics that I can mix and match, like t-shirts and shorts in the summer, as well as a few play suits and dresses because I live in them. Jeans and leggings, long sleeve tops, long sleeve jumpers and hoodies in the winter. And I just own a few colours of these so that they're easy to mix and match between each other. Think about the stuff that you use and the stuff that you don't. If you've not used that thing for 6 months to a year, get rid of it. This is the mindset that I've adopted for years now, and it helps me to get rid of things. I just think if you're not going to use it after 6 months, then when are you going to use it? I also think, do I want to manage all this extra stuff? At the end of the day, if you're spending your day picking stuff up and trying to find homes for everything and finding your mind being really cluttered just because you've got too much stuff around you, then it's time to get rid of those things.
Decluttering could be overwhelming, and maybe you just don't know where to start or how to start in the first place. Before I started my decluttering journey 2 years ago, I was a tired and stressed and overwhelmed mum of 4 and a dog who felt like she was chasing the never-ending mountain of stuff to do, and I felt really overwhelmed with the amount of things that were in my home because I just had so much to look after and so much to tidy away and so much to pick up and put away. It was just a nightmare. Here are some ways that I tackled the overwhelm, decision-making, energy slumps, and getting started in the first place. These are my favourite tips on how to get started with decluttering. Let's get stuck straight into tip number 1. First of all, ask yourself the question, why do you want to start decluttering? Is it because you're moving home and you're trying to downsize? Is it because you're just overwhelmed with the amount of things that you've got around you and you want less to look after, less to tidy away, less to clean, and less to find homes for in your home as well? Are you having a new baby maybe and you need the space for all the baby things that are going to be coming into your home? Are you feeling stressed and tired? Are you not able to find things or just overrun with stuff? Do you want to make your home more enjoyable for yourself, your partner or your kids, and just have more of a relaxed space? Next up, try to think, what's annoying you the most in your home? Is it that you're not able to cook in your kitchen freely because you've got too many things on your counter space? Are you struggling to get to pots and pans easily in your cupboards? Are you struggling with trying to find things in your drawers? This is where I was struggling the most. So I started decluttering my kitchen first. And honestly, since decluttering my kitchen, I can now prepare food so much easier because I've got all this counter space free where I can just get started. I've also organized my kitchen in a way where I can just easily get things, so I'm not having to rummage around in a drawer trying to find like a certain spoon or a certain pot. I can literally just go to the pot. I can literally just go to a certain drawer or a certain cupboard and just get that thing really quickly, so I'm not having to even think about where that thing is because I've decluttered my things, so I've got less things in the kitchen now. Maybe you're finding it frustrating trying to get into bed in the evening without having to move all the cushions off of your bed, or you've got decision overwhelm when it comes to choosing an outfit from your wardrobe. If you can pinpoint the thing in your house that's annoying you the most, you can start with that room or start with that category of thing, and then that's going to make it much easier with knowing where to start in your home with decluttering. Decluttering can be really overwhelming and tiring. Take your time with this. You don't have to spend hours doing decluttering. You're only going to end up exhausting yourself. So start small and get motivated with some music. Maybe put something on YouTube if you like YouTube. Like, there are so many motivational videos on YouTube now, and that is something that really helps me. Listen to a podcast or have your favorite TV show on in the background. Just make it fun. And this is something that really motivates me to get decluttering, is I'll put my headphones in and have my favorite music playing. And honestly, it does work a treat because then I find it like a fun experience. And once you get started in the first place, you're not going to want to stop because once I get started, I just find that I want to keep going until I've actually finished that job. Work in small chunks of time instead of wearing yourself out, because if you've got in your mind that you need to get the whole room decluttered, then you're going to really overwhelm yourself and you're not going to know where to start, and you're also going to just wear yourself out. My advice to you is to start with a cupboard or a drawer or a box or a shelf or something like that, something small. Just get that one thing decluttered. I find this has been working really well for me for the last couple of years. So I'll just pull out a box and I'll just have a little rummage around in it. I know that that's only going to take me 5 to 10 minutes, maybe up to 20 minutes, but I know that it's not going to wear me out because I'm only doing something small. And by taking little chunks out of my day or out of my weekend, I find decluttering is really manageable like that. Give yourself a time limit. I found that this works really well for me. So for instance, you could put a timer on your phone for 10 minutes and see how much you can get decluttered. If you've got a spare half an hour, get something decluttered in that half an hour. Because you're being put on a time limit, that's going to make you work faster, and it's also going to make you make decisions faster as well, because you know you haven't really got enough time to be thinking about things because you're on a time limit. If I know that my little girls are going to be in their club for an hour, I'll get some decluttering done because I know within that hour I need to get that decluttering done. I recently did a seasonal swap over of my clothes and I wanted to get them decluttered as well, and I knew I had about an hour and a half before I had to start dinner. It really pushed me to get all that decluttering done within that time frame because I knew I was working on a time limit. If you've got children and you know that someone else is going to be looking after them for an hour or 2 hours or even a whole day, just take maybe a chunk of time out of that day and put a little time limit on it. Like, this is how much time I'm gonna spend decluttering or starting decluttering in the first place. So you might choose to do half an hour, you might choose to do 2 hours, you might choose to do, like I said, 10 minutes. Even 10 minutes, it is surprising how much you can get decluttered in 10 minutes. So if you put yourself on a time limit, it'll really give you something to work towards. And my favorite tip is to have some open boxes or open baskets for you to chuck things into. If you haven't got anything like this, you could always use black bin bags, but I do find that having something open is so much easier because it kind of becomes a little bit of a game to me. I like just finding something and just chucking it into a certain box. So what I do is I have a box for bin. I also have a box for donate. So that could be donating to charity or friends. I also have a box for selling. So because I like to sell a lot of things on Vinted, I put things into my things I'm going to sell box. And I also have a box for maybe, because having a maybe box really helps me. If you've ever tried getting rid of something and you find yourself staring at that one thing for about 20 minutes, trying to decide if to get rid of it or not, just having that maybe box really takes away that wasted time, because you can just chuck it in the maybe box and then think about it a bit later on. Honestly, this has been working for me for the last 2 years so well. I've got rid of so many clothes, toys, random objects, gadgets, all sorts, because I've put them in the maybe box. And then I've gone to that, I've tried on the clothes and decided, do they still fit me? Do they still suit me? Do I still feel good in them? And also with the toys, do my kids still play with them? Do they really need 3 or 4 dolls of the same thing? Do I need the old gadgets that I'm not even using? So having a maybe box really does help. And just by having these open containers will make decluttering so much quicker as well, because you've got somewhere to put those things that you're trying to declutter. So instead of piling them up on a sofa or piling them up in corners of your room, which is going to just overwhelm you even more, you've actually got these boxes where you can just put these things out of the way and then sort them out a little bit later on once you've decluttered and put them into categories. Let me know in the comments what you're struggling with the most. I'm here to help you, so if you need any advice or you're just struggling to know where to start, please comment and I'll get back to you. Good luck. And in this video I'm going to be going through my minimal wardrobe. This video is going to be going over the clothes that I've actually got in my wardrobe. Don't get me wrong, honestly, this hasn't happened overnight. This has been going on for about a year or more. So I've slowly decluttered my clothes, and I am a bit of a clothes-aholic. So I've had so many clothes. I was holding on to a lot of size 8 stuff, and now I'm a size 10 to 12. So I got rid of all the size 8 stuff. Like, what I suggest is having minimal colours in your wardrobe. So for instance, I got rid of a lot of bright clothes. I was finding it hard to actually mix and match my clothes with the bright clothing. I love hot pink, and I had a lot of hot pink clothes in my wardrobe, but to be honest, I was finding it really hard to find things to go with that hot pink. And also it was just an extra colour that was giving me too much choice to pick in the mornings. So what I've done now is kept a lot of neutrals, and that is blacks, whites, greys, beiges, which to be honest, I don't do beige because of my skin tone. Look how white I am, come on, I cannot pass off beige. And I've also got light blue as well, so I've got quite a few light blue things. I will go through my wardrobe in a minute though and show you exactly what I've got. I also don't like to overcomplicate my clothes, so let's go through what I've got in my wardrobe now so I can show you exactly what I've got here. A couple of going out tops. So this top, actually, I can wear it going out, and this would look lovely over jeans with a skirt underneath a pinafore dress. This looks amazing tucked into shorts in the daytime because it's a cotton shirt. It goes with all sorts, and because it's black and white as well, it's a monochrome pattern. It just goes with so many colours, so many outfits, and I love it. Then I know this one is a pattern shirt and I don't wear it that often, but I do like to wear it sometimes on nights out because it looks lovely with jeans, and I'll just put a black vest underneath it. Sometimes I'll have it open, but sometimes I'll have it closed as well, and it's one of my favourite items. I just love it. It's a little cropped blouse, or like shirt blouse. It's really lovely. So I'm just going to go through and show you my brightest things first, so I can show you that I do have bright items in my wardrobe. These are just some statement pieces. You can have statement pieces in your wardrobe if you want like one bright colour just to wear now and again. So this I love. It's from River Island. I did get that quite recently as well. And then I've also got this vest. I got this from Vinted, and it's just a little pale green vests. I have got pale green or khaki in my wardrobe. Because I've got similar colours in my wardrobe, it's easy to mix and match my items. I've also got a couple of going out tops here. To be honest, I got rid of loads of going out outfits. A lot of them were too small, a lot of them were a bit outdated, and also clothes that I just got bored of, or I thought just don't suit me anymore. So I got this little silky vest top. I got this from Next. I'll see if I can link it for you. It's a lovely little vest top for a night out. This would go with all sorts, like skinny jeans, flared jeans. I think this would look nice with a skirt or shorts as well. So it's a really versatile top. And then I've got this one. I got this from Vinted. It's just a black and white top, and this goes with loads of outfits as well. This looks lovely with black skinny jeans. You're going to see a bit of a theme because these are all black. This is just a little peplum top. And again, this is going to go with quite a few outfits like shorts, jeans, and also a skirt as well. So I love this little stretchy top that I got from Topshop, but I actually did get that from Vinted as well. Then you'll see in my wardrobe quite a lot of this light blue colour, because this light blue colour is a brilliant colour that mixes and matches with so many things as well. This is just a little shirt, and I got this from Vinted as well. I love the longer length at the back. I just think it's a really nice shape. And I've also got two white t-shirts. So one of the white t-shirts are in this organizer thing that I've got here. But I have got two white t-shirts. I got rid of quite a few of my t-shirts because I had loads, and a lot of them were plain, but I do like something with a bit of a logo on them. You can have logo t-shirts, like they go with so many things, but it might be a good idea as well to have something plain, like this plain grey t-shirt goes with loads of things. And again, I love that longer length at the back. It's just a really nice t-shirt to tuck into shorts. I wear it untucked as well over skinny jeans. It just looks really nice. And then this is one of my favourites actually. I got this from JD a couple of years ago. It's just a Coca-Cola t-shirt, like a basketball type t-shirt, and I wear it open most of the time. It's just got Coca-Cola on the back. It's by Fila. I've also got a black t-shirt because, let's be fair, black goes with everything, doesn't it? So it's just a little basic Mackenzie t-shirt. I got that from JD. What I do like to do is put my clothes in colour order, and also by type of item as well. So for instance, all my t-shirts are together. So if I know I want to wear a t-shirt, then they're all together. I can easily find them in my wardrobe. It's not OCD, it just makes my life easier. I've also got a pink Mackenzie top. Although I did have a lot of hot pink, I've kept some items of this light pink because I think it suits me. So you will see quite a few items in my wardrobe with a lighter pink. But like I said, I've only got one type of pink in my wardrobe, so it's easy to pick things. I've also got this one. This is more of a peachy neutral colour, and I love that. That's from Topshop. I've had that a while. Then moving on to my dresses. So I do wear a lot of leggings and dresses. I love these t-shirt style dresses because I can wear them in the summer with cycling shorts underneath. I call them cycling shorts, but I think they're called legging shorts now. I can also wear these with leggings and a cardigan or a hoodie in the winter as well, so they're really versatile. And I've just got them in a few colours. I did have loads of jersey dresses and I decluttered loads of them because they were all really similar, and I just thought this is ridiculous. I'm not even having time to wear them all. This one's from Misguided. I also bought this one a couple of years ago from ASOS. I love this. It's just a simple t-shirt dress and it just looks lovely in the summer. I don't even need to wear cycling shorts underneath that because it's a lovely length. So it's grey. So that's going to go with loads of outfits. Grey goes with pretty much everything. And then I've also got a light blue one as well, and this is one of my favourites. Then I do love to wear pinafore dresses. I wear them in the winter and the summer. Now it's a boiling day and I've got a vest underneath this, and then I've also got cycling shorts underneath. But in the winter I can wear this with long sleeve tops underneath, leggings, and then maybe a cardigan over the top. So they're so versatile, and that's why I love them so much. I also love that I can always get a different outfit by having different coloured tops or different types of tops underneath as well. I've got two denim dresses. So I've got this denim one. I got this from Vinted. It was only cheap. I think this was from Tesco. This is my favourite item in my whole wardrobe. I love it so much, and I got loads of compliments wearing this. I just feel really good in it. This is from Topshop and I bought it a good couple of years ago now, and it's a denim dress, but it's got all these embroidered flowers at the bottom. It's just such a lovely quality dress. I'd rather pay a little bit extra for something that's good quality and that's going to last me, because I wear this to death and it's still going strong. It literally still looks brand new. And then underneath this, I like to swap and change my tops. So recently I got onto Vinted. I'm obsessed with Vinted, so you might hear that from me a lot. This little Aztec belly top. So you can't see my belly when I'm wearing the pinafore dress over the top, but it's just a really nice colourful top that I put underneath. And I do swap and change the tops underneath that. So sometimes I'll wear like a high-necked vest in grey or light blue. I also love play suits, and with my play suits I try to keep them simple. So this is a little romper play suit in light blue. It's more of a chambray material rather than a denim, and I love that because, like I said, I can swap and change the tops. Like sometimes I put that little belly top underneath this and it looks really nice. So like I said, I am keeping things very minimal, so I've got less choice. I can mix and match my items really easily as well, and I've just got so many different outfits with all these basic items as well. I got a couple of cardigans, so this is just a simple khaki cardigan. I will wear that over all sorts. I've also got one long sleeve top, and I wear this to the gym in the winter or the spring. I also wear this on walks as well. I've also got a pink hoodie. I love this. This is one of my favourites in my whole wardrobe. It's a Nike hoodie. Yeah, I just love that so much. I've got 3 hoodies all together. I did declutter some of my hoodies as well because I had a ridiculous amount. I've got this blue one as well. This is just by Under Armour, and it's a brighter blue than the rest of the blues in my wardrobe, but that's the only bright blue I've got. Then I've also got this powdery blue or cornflower blue cardigan. I love this. Looks lovely over black. I've also got another cardigan, and this cardigan is one of my favourites. I wear this all the time. It's a black and grey cardigan, but I love that it's open because it just goes with so many outfits. And I got this from Primark. I've had this for years and it is such a lovely quality cardigan. I've also got a black hoodie as well, and this is a little cropped one. I got this from JD, and it's a little basketball style hoodie. Got a few little jackets that I like to wear over dresses or over any outfit, t-shirt, jeans, that type of thing, even shorts and t-shirt. This is like a dusky pink colour, and I got this from Vinted, but it is from River Island. It's a bit thicker, so I don't wear this in the summer, but on cooler evenings I will. And I just love the fact that it's got pockets, little crop style, just goes so nice with loads of outfits. I can wear this over dresses, jeans, shorts, t-shirts, all sorts, vests, that type of thing. And then I've also got a denim jacket. This is from Vinted again. You can see a pattern emerging, can't you? But it's from Warehouse, and I love that it's cropped again, so this goes lovely over all sorts. I even wear that over summer dresses if it's a bit cooler. I've also got a varsity jacket. I love this. And then, to be honest, I don't really wear this very often, and I've kept it in my wardrobe for such a long time just in case. But to be honest, I don't wear it very often because it doesn't suit me very well, so I might actually declutter that. Let's see. And then I've also got a khaki bomber jacket. This one I got from Vinted as well, and to be honest, the quality on this isn't that great, but it is from Misguided. It's a bit thinner, but I really like it, so I just wear that for casual. I got 2 play suits in 2 different colours, so I will link them because I recently got them from Next. I've got one that's black and green, and it's got flowers all over it like this, but it is in the wash at the moment. And then I've got this blue one, and I love these. I love having play suits in my wardrobe because they're so easy to grab. I don't need to think what top goes with what bottoms. It is just one outfit all together. And that's why I love play suits, because they're also really comfy and they hold me in when I'm running around with the kids and stuff as well. So they're just really versatile. I've also got this dress from Bowden. So it's just a lovely midi length jersey dress. The reason why I love this is because not only is it lovely and cool to wear in the summer, it's got pockets. I really love this. To be honest, that cost me £50, which is a bit more pricey than what I would normally wear. And then I've also got this. This is more of a midi length as well. It's just a simple jersey dress that I can chuck on, and it's more of a t-shirt style as well. This is a dress that's a bit more versatile because I can wear this on nights out and dress it up with some nice sandals, but then I can also wear this in the summer as well because it's really light. I did get this from Next, and it's a midi length, so it's just a really lovely dress. And I love the fact that I don't have to wear anything underneath this, and because it's black as well, It pretty much goes with anything. I can just chuck one of those bomber jackets over the top of this. So I highly recommend having black in your wardrobe if you haven't already. And then this one is also for a night out, but I could also wear it as a summer dress, and it's just this powdery blue dress, and I got this from Shein. And then I'll just show you my last going out outfit. This is my favourite. This is a play suit that I've had for a good couple of years now. I love the sleeves on it. It's got fluted sleeves, and these are like 3/4 length sleeves. And then a zip at the back, which is really easy actually to undo. You know what it's like when you're in a club and you're trying to undo a play suit. This isn't too bad. Like if I do get stuck, I just ask my friend to help me at the top. So it's not too bad, but it is really lovely floaty material, and I love this with the butterflies on. And then let me just show you what I've got in my wardrobe organiser. So I will leave a link to this wardrobe organiser. I recently got it and I love it. So it's really good for planning my outfits. What I do is I put a whole outfit in. So I got a bra, I got my cycling shorts, and I've also got my summer dress. So this summer dress is just a little strappy dress, but it's a midi length and it's got that stretchy top to it. This is from Next, but I did buy it a good couple of years ago. And this is viscose. I love wearing viscose in the summer. It's so cool. I like the fact that it's got slits on the side as well, so it's really comfortable. And then this is just my gym outfit. So I have got a few gym clothes, which I won't bother going through. I will go through my wardrobe in a minute and show you what's in my little box organisers, because I have got more. And then I've also got a pair of jeans. So these are just essential leggings, these are called. And I can't remember where I got them from, but they're so comfortable. I can actually wear these around the house because they're stretchy. They're sort of like a thin cotton material rather than a denim. And then I've also got a t-shirt to go with that. So I love this t-shirt, look what it says. Skip a straw, save a turtle. I love that because I love sea turtles. So that t-shirt like hits home with me a little bit. I've got two shelves in my wardrobe, which I'll show you in a minute, the other shelf. But what I like to do is actually have these boxes to organise my clothes by clothes type. Excuse me, I'm getting stuck here. What I've got in here are just two plain black leggings and a pair of legging shorts. I have got another pair of legging shorts which were in my wardrobe organiser. But I like to fold them like this, or like roll them up like sausage rolls so I can see them easily. Here is a couple of vests. So I love to have a few vests, and you can see the colour pattern that I've got as well. I've got white, that powdery blue colour, khaki, which I've got some things in my wardrobe. Actually, I've got a khaki dress, but it's downstairs in the wash, so I couldn't show you that. I've also got two black vests as well. At the back there are just some going out trousers, just some plain black trousers, which to be honest, I don't wear very often because I wear dresses on nights out now, so I might actually declutter those. I've also got 3 pairs of shorts. And what I like to do with my shorts is have minimal colours again. So I've got this light blue colour. I got these from Next. So I love the material on these. They're a bit lighter rather than a denim. And then I've also got my favourite shorts. I love these. They're high-waisted, stretchy at the top, and they're pink shorts. So I got from, I can't even remember where I got them from, but I love these so much. I've actually got a blue pair as well. Not too much choice. I got rid of so many shorts. I've also got a box of sunglasses. Okay, on this bottom shelf, I've got 3 pairs of jeans. So I got my favourite Joni jeans. These are from Topshop. And like I said, I like to fold them like this so I can see them better. They're kind of like a Marie Kondo fold, but not as special as like she does it. I just kind of roll them a little bit. I've also got 2 pairs of grey jeans as well. I've also got a pair of black jeans, but they're in the wash. At the back, I've got some loungewear. So I've just got a grey tracksuit. I've also got a pair of black joggers at the back there, which I wear that a lot around the house in the winter. And then I've got some gym stuff. I tried to declutter some of this not so long ago, so I do want to go through this again and just be ruthless because I've got quite a few gym outfits. I've also got a basket of all sorts of like leggings, black leggings, and also a long sleeve running top as well. And then at the back I've just got some gym vests. And then with regards to my shoes, to be honest, I have a bit of a trainer problem, so I have had to be ruthless and get rid of some of my trainers. But I have still got quite a few. So I've got a pair of white ones that I recently bought. These are from Skechers, and I love these. These go with dresses really nicely, especially in the summer. So I would only wear those in the summer because obviously in the winter I don't want to ruin them. Then I've got these trainers. I've had these for years and I recently put them in the wash. I love them. They're by Adidas. That's not even a brand. Adidas, and they're the Pure Boost ones. So they've got this little part here which doesn't even touch the base. I love these. They're so unusual. I've also got some trainers that I've had for years. Like these are my going to Florida trainers and these are Skechers. I don't wear these very often, but I do want to keep them for if I ever go to Florida again because they are so comfortable. And the reason why I don't wear them very often is because, to be honest, they don't go with a lot and I prefer these pull-on type. So like I said, I have got quite a few trainers. So I think you would argue that I'm not being very minimal with my shoes, but I have decluttered all of my heeled shoes. So I did declutter quite a few and I got rid of quite a few flats and trainers as well. These are just a little pair of full-on shoes. I don't want to get rid of my trainers because they are still wearable and I just think it's a waste to get rid of them if I'm still going to wear them. I've also got these ones. See what I mean? I love Skechers, so I've got the little pull-on type, and then I've also got these ones. So these are not worn very often, but I bought these for the gym, little grey Nike trainers. Love these. So I'm wearing these quite a lot at the moment because they're black trainers, but they're comfortable as well, and because they've got the memory foam in the bottom, they're brilliant for dog walking. I've also got a light pair of pink trainers as well, which I love. These are by Nike and I love these in the summer. Some people might think that this isn't a complete minimal wardrobe, but just remember that I've spent 2 years on my road to minimalism, so I'm not a complete minimalist yet. I do want to declutter more of my home and more of my wardrobe as well, but it is a slow process. Like, it is baby steps at the end of the day. So if you're feeling a little bit overwhelmed, just start slowly. You don't have to declutter your whole wardrobe to get started. Check out my video where I give you tips on how to declutter your wardrobe. Start slowly. It will take time. Be ruthless as well and be real with yourself. What are you wearing? What are you not wearing? What don't you like? What doesn't fit you anymore? What sort of colours suit you and the patterns that suit you, and maybe the styles of things as well, like the shape and also the fit, and also quality as well. So if you've got loads of things that are bad quality, maybe they're a bit see-through, maybe they're just quite cheap and the material isn't very nice, just get rid of them. You will thank yourself for it, honestly. This has changed the way that I dress. It's made my life so much easier. And I know it sounds a bit silly to say that, just by getting rid of some clothes and having more of a minimal wardrobe, how much that can change my life, but honestly it does. My life is so much easier now, and as a mum to 4 and a dog, I need my life to be as simple as possible, and this really has made my life so much more simple. Please give this video a like if you've enjoyed it. It really helps me. What that does is it tells YouTube you love this video, and then YouTube will show this video to more people, and that'll help me grow. I am a brand new channel and a small creator, and I'm desperate to get to 4,000 watch hours and also 1,000 subscribers so I can start getting paid for these videos. So that one like helps me like you wouldn't believe, and I do really appreciate it. Have a lovely rest of your day, and I'll see you soon. Bye.